Hey, thanks for joining us. You're watching BT Vancouver. I almost forgot the name of the show. It is 20 minutes past 8 o'clock. Thanks so much for being with us this morning. A Vancouver woman has inspired many Canadians to be on the lookout for a missing teddy bear. As Ashley Burr has found, the stuffed animal is filled with sentimental value, which has prompted celebrities like Ryan Reynolds to spread the word.
I just want my bear back. Like, I don't care about anything else in that bag. I just want the bear.
It's not your typical missing flyer. A Vancouver woman is on a desperate search for this teddy bear after her backpack was stolen. And it's no ordinary stuffed toy.
She gave me this teddy bear for Christmas that said that she loved me, she was proud of me, and she's always with me. Because I moved away to Vancouver, my whole family is in Toronto, and so it was the only thing I had of hers that was just for me.
Mara Soriano's mother gave her the bear before she died in June of last year. If you squeeze its paw, a special recording from her late mother can be heard.
So the message said, I love you, I'm proud of you, I'll always be with you.
On Friday, the bear, along with other valuable items, including her passport, her checkbook, and electronics, were stolen when Soriano and her fiance were moving into their West End apartment.
Like on the camera, we saw he was walking towards here. He stopped here, took a puff of his cigarette, and was looking around to make sure no one was looking, swiped the bag, and immediately ran back towards the alleyway.
Soriano posted a photo of the bear to social media, and people across Canada responded, including Vancouver-born celebrity Ryan Reynolds, who is offering a $5,000 reward for the return of the precious item, no questions asked.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you so much. Like, I'm very grateful. Thank you. Cheers, guys. Everyone's been so kind. Like, this is what I mean. Like, everyone's just been so unbelievably kind. Like, no questions asked. How can we help?
Soriano has been overwhelmed by the public response. Even during our interview, she was stopped by strangers who heard her story and gave their condolences. Although the backpack that was taken was full of valuables, all Soriano wants back is the precious memento.
Drop it off in front of the VPD. Like, no questions asked. Like, I'm not, like, I don't care about anything else. Like, take the iPad, take the Switch, just give me back the bear.
In Vancouver, Ashley Burr, City News.
8:21 now. Tense protests in several U.S. cities over the weekend, including Portland, Oregon, where President Trump deployed federal officers and police use force to subdue crowds.
I took a tear gas to my ankle and my knee, and I've been shot multiple times with the pepper balls. Even when I'm away from here and down the street, they shoot at us.
Demonstrations have turned ugly again in recent days between police and protesters. The rallies also ramped up in Seattle, Oakland, and Los Angeles, calling for an end to racial injustice. The We scandal continues to eat away at Justin Trudeau's popularity. A new Angus Reid Institute poll finds the PM's approval has dropped another 6 points. Nearly 60% of those asked feel the issue is a serious and significant one. That's twice the number who say it has been overblown by the media and opposition politicians. Still, more than half of those polled believe the scandal will not be the issue that brings down the Trudeau minority government. Support is growing for a petition asking for face coverings to be mandatory on transit. The woman behind the movement says people from all walks of life are adding their names to the cause.
Right now we're at 11K. It's been crazy support. I didn't expect this much, honestly. We've got so many people, from TransLink drivers to their families, elderly people, doctors even. So it's been really great to see everyone's comments, and everybody just wants to feel safe when they take the bus.
8:23 now on Breakfast Television. More Canadian adults are moving back home with their parents since the start of the pandemic. Mike Yanni joins us from outside his in-laws' home in Calgary. And Mike, a new study called Generation Boomerang, I like the name of that, finds 1.5 million of us have already moved home. Good morning.
Good morning, Mary. Yeah, I thought it was fitting that I should be in front of my in-laws, because when I first moved to Calgary with my wife, we actually moved in with her parents for almost a year until we kind of got our footing. So I thought it was fitting. I tried to convince them to come out to talk. They wouldn't. I even tried to bribe them with Timmy's. didn't work. We got a thumbs up out the window, but that was about it. But these numbers, Mary, they are actually, they're pretty startling when you look at the numbers. 2.8 million Canadians have found their living situation has changed due to financial concerns with COVID-19. And as you mentioned, 1.5 million Canadians say they've already moved back in with their parents. And another 600,000 are actually saying they are considering doing the same thing. Now, Mary, I'm going to quiz you, because if you looked at men and women, who do you think is more likely to move back in with mom and dad?
Oh, I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't want to seem sexist. I have to be honest with you. From a personal perspective, I have a few friends that have had to move back home with their parents for various reasons, and most of them are female. So is it female?
No, it's actually males.
All right.
Yeah, apparently males are 21% more likely to move in with mom and dad. Now, you're not done yet. You're not off the hook. I'm still going to quiz you a bit more. If you had to break it down by province, which province do you think comes out on top when it comes to moving back home?
You know, as I mentioned, I know a few people that have had to move back home, and all of those people live in Ontario, so I'm going to go with my personal experience again. Ontario?
Ding, 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 ding.
Yes.
You are correct.
Okay.
Ontario came in number 1, 6% are moving back home with mom and dad. BC, though, coming in at number 2 with 5%, and that's followed by Quebec. And now the Prairie provinces and Atlantic, you might think, well, aren't they moving back home as well? Interesting that there's two different factors here. One is the fact that they weren't quite as impacted as hard by COVID-19. The other is the cost of living. It's significantly lower across the Prairies and Atlantic provinces.
True.
So not as many people are moving back home. But it's interesting to hear just how many Canadians are considering making the move. I would like to think I can move back in with them. But I'll tell you this, Mary. My father-in-law said after we moved out, when we kind of mentioned, you know, what if? He said he's filling the basement with concrete.
Oh.
So I'm
you're
not sure if we're welcome back here or not.
Well, I can't really move back home right now either, because my parents are in Ontario and my brother and his wife are currently living with my parents. So it's a full house. I don't think I would be welcome either.
That would be a little bit awkward. That would be a full house.
Yeah. All right, Mike. Interesting study, Generation Boomerang. I'll have to read more facts on that. Thank you so much for bringing this to our attention. Tough times.
Thanks, Mary.
All right, that is Mike Yanni reporting in Calgary. Coming up on Breakfast Television, a day pass program is now in effect at 6 BC provincial parks. Our Greg Harper is standing by at Golden Ears. He'll bring us the latest on what we need to know. Stay with us.
Make every